cima, las premiaciones más esperadas del año. Marca tu calendario. Imperio Music Awards, premiando a lo mejor del talento latino. Los artistas más pegados del momento. Premios Imperio Music Awards. Espéralo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wings of Love. Today we have a wonderful guest who's in our community, one of our community leaders, and she is an organizer, and she does a variety of different functions in the community, and we want for everyone in the community to get familiar with GRACIELA GUZMAN. Welcome to Wings of Love.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, ELSA. Thank you so much for having me this evening.
No, thank you for coming. I know you're super busy right now. You're campaigning as an organizer for Chicago Teachers Union, which is something that you've been doing for a while. And of course, in your immediate role, you were also Chief of Staff to former Senator Cristina Pasiones Sayas. So you have quite a bit already. You know, you got the tool set that you need to proceed. Tell us about your campaign and what you're doing around healthcare, child welfare, you know, your economic justice plan or immigration. Give us a little bit more for the community, you know, to get familiar with you. And so people know, you know, that when they're going to go make a choice at the election, that they will have made an informed choice.
Yes, so I'm Graciela Guzman. I'm running for state senator in the 20th district here in Chicago, which includes parts of Albany Park, Logan Square, Avondale, Humboldt Park, Irving Park, Bucktown, Belmont-Cragen. It's a beautiful district, and in part why I'm running for state senator is because I believe in the power of government to transform lives in our community for good through policy. And what I tell folks, I'm the eldest of 5 kids, and I'm the proud daughter of 2 immigrants that escaped the Salvadorian Civil War before it was even a glint and a thought in their eye to give me the chance at a better opportunity. And what we went through as a class family, an immigrant family, trying to put food on the table, roof over our heads. You know, our parents did the world for us. And when I was 5 years old, I lost my grandfather. He was undocumented. He didn't have health insurance. And the pain of his loss is something that could have been prevented. It's something that fueled my work. And it's why in 2020, I was really proud to work with back then State Representative Delia Ramirez to make Illinois the first state in the country to expand healthcare for our low-income, undocumented and immigrant elders. Back then, 65 and over and 55 over. Now the program's been expanded to 42, which is incredible. And I've generally been working on how do we make our healthcare system better for us all? How do we make it affordable, transparent, available to all people? How do we strengthen mental health is something that is really, really crucial to our families.
Yes, especially now.
Exactly. And when we think about our foster care crisis, you know, in the state, it's also a medical crisis because so many of these children have mental health comorbidities. So we have an opportunity to really strengthen how we support our families. And for me, healthcare is a really, really important pillar in that work. It's why it's my life's work, and it's why I want to be your senator to help improve it for us all.
And how do you feel about the immigration crisis we have in the city? I understand, obviously, that we're a sanctuary city, but however, you know, how are they going to manage this, you know, with our cold winter?
Yes, I mean, I think it's extremely difficult, you know, to navigate. Obviously, in new terrain, it's cold, the resources, the lack of housing, right? And it's one of the reasons that, you know, I think in order to be able to have a successful response to the city, you know, we need to push on federal resources to make sure that our city can provide for everyone. I'm really proud that the state of Illinois is, you know, starting to help and coordinate with the city, not just in funds, but in how we can coordinate the response. So I think for me, this is is an all hands all in situation. And I've seen beautiful things from neighbors. You know, I come from a tradition of community mutual aid that has been inside of police stations, outside of shelters, like helping not just Venezolanos, but folks that have been here in Chicago for a long time. And what I've seen is the beauty of our community that says we love each other, we can support each other, we can take care of each other, but we also need to ask our government to lift up recommendations on our behalf, you know, which is what we're starting to see, is that if we want to be able to emerge out of this crisis with housing for all people, the ability to have work authorization, the ability to be able to have opportunity, it's going to take all of us.
Absolutely. And it takes leadership, you know, leadership like the one that you want to take on, because it, you know, it does fall on the shoulders of our leaders and the leadership that they provide. And people want to know, you know, who are you? You know, what are you going to bring to the table? You know, and most people are very curious about that aspect, especially in a very important year, you know, as this is for everybody.
This is a huge year. You know, the primary, you know, generally in a state like ours, we don't tend to think about it that way. The 20th district has such a strong progressive tradition. You know, I was the proud chief of staff to our previous state senator in the area, Dr. Cristina Pasiones Sayas, and the legacy that she left in how we strengthen our educational system, how we work with our community. It's what's inspired, you know, me to be able to run and be that person in our community.
Right.
For this seat. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I think we have so much to look forward to in terms of what we can build together in community. And I think it's an exciting time. So I'm encouraging folks, March 19 is our primary. You have until February the 8th to request your vote by mail ballot to come to your home. Every piece of information on early voting is coming soon. So I think it'll be really exciting.
How can people reach you? For example, if they're looking for more answers or they have questions that they want to ask of you, how would they reach you?
Yes, I have a website. It's www.graciela20.com, and it has my policy stances, a little bit more on my bio and my life's work, more about my vision for our state and for our district. It also has our info email, and I tell folks I love to answer constituent and community questions. So please feel free to be in touch if there's anything else that you're more curious about.
And then, of course, you know, we need another Latina to carry the torch.
Absolutely. I think this district has had incredible Latina representation.
It really has.
It's really about having a Latina that is not only in the pulse of the community and is one of us, but is also, you know, able to carry on with that expertise. And so I'm really proud to step into that destiny and looking forward to be able to hopefully count on folks' support March 19th.
Yeah, and I wish you a lot of luck in that endeavor. You know, it's not easy, you know, and it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I know that you can do it. And I know that people will be, you know, wanting to know what's coming, you know, now that, you know, Dr. Senator Cristina Pasiones is gone, you know, what's going to happen? You know, what will the community be like? And then, well, you need to bring that, you know, to them, and that they know that they're still in very good hands.
Absolutely. And I think we have shared values. We have shared values around how we can play a proactive role in our community, how we can transform government to make it work for us. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right. Because, you know, I think our communities always have felt a little bit more sensitive about who's going to take care of our people.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know?
And that's been my tradition. You know, eldest of 5 kids, my parents didn't speak English. And so I was the one that had to advocate and navigate. So I treat my community as I would my family. I would do anything for my family. I would do anything for my community. And that's the kind of advocate that this district needs.
What else would you like to add? Like, tell us a little bit about what your plans, if you take this role and everything succeeds, what happens?
I think we have the opportunity to bring co-governance and community to the Senate. And not that it's not there, but I've heard a really strict imperative from this district. They want fully funded schools. They want something to give our youth to believe in, right? And it's a really important imperative. You've heard a little bit about healthcare and why it's important. And I think more people depend on federal and state resources than ever now post-pandemic, when folks aren't returning to work the same way. Absolutely is the number one concern, whether you own or rent or want to think about it. How we help our state be able to establish opportunity for everyone is really key and important. And the Northwest is a leader in how affordable housing can look like. So the state's role is how do we build on that creativity so that more people can have And then the last thing, I would say is public safety. I have a goddaughter, she's 8. And so she and I are often in the projects of Chicago in the sense of like, she'll be with me delivering food and doing all kinds of community aid, right? And so for me, the same streets that she walks, all of our families in the 20th district walk. And so I really think about that when I think about how do we build a system of care that means that we have the mental health resources that we need, that our violence prevention organizations are able to serve and help keep us safe, and that we're able to collaborate with police to like help reimagine what safety can look like in our district and in our state. So I'm looking forward to being a partner and what that solution can look like too.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. That's excellent. And then this way, our community starts hearing about what your plans are and getting a better idea, what is it that I want to see in my community? And, right now they're getting an eyeful of what would happen in the community,
Absolutely. But I think with me, folks can hopefully hope and understand that, I have lived experience that comes from what it is like to struggle and really want to see betterment for myself and my community and my family. That's what fuels my personal experiences tell me I'm not the only one. So I have to work at the scale of how do we improve things for us, all of us. So that's the advocate we have in me now. That's the advocate we've had in my district for 12 years. And it's the advocate that hopefully March 19, when we can win this election the right way, we'll have in the 20th district.
Yeah, no, well, that's the point. The point is to keep moving forward.
Yes,
and really make a difference for the community and continue, with the mission.
Absolutely. Yes,
that was started by your Latina predecessors.
Absolutely. And I'm proud to carry it, into the next generation and succeed.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that you have a lot to bring to the table and a lot to share with the community and a lot of good things,
Yes.
because you really are an asset to the community, and obviously organizing for the schools, which is critical and crucial.
It is
for the children,
Yes, our building up our schools is building up our communities. It's building up so many resources that not just our young ones need, but everyone around us. And having a really strong school means we have a strong community, increases property taxes or property values, folks that want to stay in our community and have spending power. It's a win-win. So for me, I hope we see to wanting to invest in the opportunity of young people. I believe in people power and I know we can resource for it. But I also believe it's the number one tool we have in building up our communities, right?
Absolutely. You're right on point, with all these different factors that are going to be part of the system, for everything that you have to work on. What else can you share with the community that's coming up? Something that they might look forward to? Maybe they can come see you in person, or maybe they have opportunities of events to come to?
Yeah, maybe one last piece that I'll leave folks on, so we have 12 events a week. And so those are things from canvassing your neighborhood to phone banking neighbors if you're really interested in having these conversations, and also meet and greets where we're getting to talk about issues and why this campaign is really, really important. So you can also find those on GRACIELA420.com. And I'm hoping I'm coming to your neighborhood very, very soon.
And then maybe you could gather some volunteers to help you.
Absolutely. That's how we're going to win this campaign, is people power.
Absolutely. No, that definitely best wishes on everything that you're doing, and all the best to you. I know that you are, running around right now. You have a lot going on, but at least people got to get a snapshot, of what the intent is and what you're working on.
And thank you so much to you all as a community. I think for me, the why is very much grounded in this community and how we can make it better together. So thank you so much for the time and space, and looking forward to continuing to get to learn more about each other. And thank you so much for the time.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for having shared everything that you have today. And then hopefully another time you could come back and give us a little bit more about what's going on and share more of, what the plans are as you continue to grow in your role. But for now, at least people will get a better idea of what your plan is, in the role.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for having been here with us, Graciela. We've been broadcasting live from, Chicago. Dimensíón Latina is who is bringing all this information to you. So make sure that you keep in mind all of the things that Graciela has said, and that when you go vote, you know that you're making an informed choice, because that's really the bottom line of having some success, especially when it comes to leadership.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for having been with us. We really appreciate you, and good luck. Best of luck in everything that you're doing, Graciela. Bye-bye.
Again. Bye.
Bye.
Latina FM, transmitiendo desde el norte de Chicago y para todo el mundo a través de
www.dimelafm.com.
www.dimelafm.com.
Solo música